Welcome back, everyone. We're excited to talk today about what will be, if it comes to fruition, maybe the most exciting or attractive citizenship by investment program on the market. It has been announced that a country is working on it. We'll talk about that country in a minute, some of the pros and cons, et cetera. But that they were working, they created a department for it, and they're planning on bringing this citizenship to the market. And notably, it is based on an actual investment, not a donation, and so that is also really cool. So today we're going to dive in and talk about the country of Argentina. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar, I've done a video previously on the 5 fastest, easiest countries to get citizenship, and Argentina happens to be one of them just in general. You can notably move there, live there for 2 years, not need a language test, amazingly, and qualify for citizenship based on 2 years of residence. You do actually have to spend 6 months in the country and things like this. And, then there's obviously processing time, et cetera. But it is notably a pretty attractive citizenship. Now, that being said, a lot of people don't necessarily want to go and live there. In fact, in spite of the fact that it is theoretically quite attractive, I find that, yeah, I see very few people who are actually excited to go and live in Argentina and do that, in spite of the fact that, it's a big country and it offers a lot and things like that. There's obviously a certain set of people who like it, but yeah, there are a lot of people who, it's not really their favorite place to go and live, even though it's a pretty great passport opportunity. So let's talk about some of the benefits of what this might look like. So they're saying supposedly $500,000 investment. They're saying it would model sort of the U.S. program. So if you look at the U.S. EB-5 program, you have to create a certain amount of jobs, et cetera. They haven't said which sectors or what the requirements will be, et cetera. We're excited to find out what those will be in the future. But conceivably, you could go and you could set up a company and you could invest $500,000 into a company of your creation, and potentially you could employ a bunch of people there. It happens that Argentina is a great place to get some international talent. I find that you can get quality, for example, designers and people like this. So yeah, like it's a great market to employ people. It's on a North American time zone. So that's appealing to a certain set of people. And as a result, you might want to consider it just on that basis. You could have it within a normal business that you're already doing. And then effectively it's costing you, close to nothing. You'll have some fees and stuff like that associated, but that would be great, right? Let's talk about that passport. This is like a great passport. Okay. So it has, normally when we're looking at the world, there's a certain set of countries that you typically might not get on a passport. So you're typically looking for like Schengen zone, UK, Ireland, Mexico, US, Canada, Japan, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, China, Russia. Those are like kind of I would say like the big ones that we would typically look at as maybe they have it, maybe they don't have it. There's a certain set of countries that they mostly seem to have it, or you wouldn't necessarily want to go there much there anyway. So notably here, the only ones that are really missing are Canada, US, Australia. So they have Mexico, they have UK, they have Ireland, they have the Schengen zone, they have Russia, they have China, they have New Zealand, they have South Africa. So it's a pretty great passport. Also, there's a union in South America that is kind of similar to the EU, not quite the same, but similar. And so through that, you have the right to settle in all the union member countries. So that's also pretty cool. And yeah, like it's not going to have the same stigma that, say, some Caribbean citizenship by investment is going to have, but it's a way more powerful passport than something like the Turkish passport. Notably, they've said you won't be able to just invest in real estate. Again, we'll see what the actual criteria are when it comes out. So, that's that. Now, let's talk about some bad things about it. And this is something that pushes people away quite often. And that is, you can't renounce it. Okay. So this is an interesting question you can ask. Like, is it a problem that you can't renounce Argentine citizenship? Now, personally, I would happily take Argentine citizenship. If I didn't have to go and live there, I would find that kind of disruptive for my life. Sort of the stage that I'm at in life. I don't want to go and spend 6 months a year there for 2 years. But realistically speaking, so you get this passport, wonderful. Let's say that something goes wrong and they say, well, you can't renounce. Yeah, but like, what are they going to do? Like, it's Argentina. So you just don't ever go back there. It would be a problem if you like, that was where you wanted to stay. You may have to stay away from a few of those countries, et cetera. But realistically, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's also pretty cool that that part of the world, Peru, Argentina, Chile, that area is fairly optimally situated from protection in the event of like a world war. Mainly it's in the southern hemisphere, and so the way that the winds go, if you had nuclear explosions, they would be likely to happen in the northern hemisphere, and so you had a nuclear fallout that would carry around the northern part, but likely not nearly so much the southern part. You have a lot of food production there, so you have food safety. Granted, you would need to set up some sort of an establishment where you could have, like have a home and get to know people and have all those sorts of things in advance. But, if you're already going to be investing in the country a bunch and going along with that, that could be great. Uh, it's nuanced in terms of tax. It's a complex place, Argentina. So anyway, if you're interested in places like Argentina, other places to get citizenship, please reach out to us. You can book a call with me, calendly.com/Michael-Rosmer, link in the description below to discuss all of your international needs, or you can send a message through offshorecitizen.net requesting something about whether it's citizenship by investment or residency in one country or another, etc. Please let us know. And we're going to be doing a bunch of these videos, so hit the subscribe button and follow along as you make sure you don't miss out on any of the future ones. So I will see you on the next video.